Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? I've been gone for a minute, and I'm back with the jump off. Now, I have not done a video on the Real Housewives of Atlanta since they entered Scotland. But first of all, let me see if I can go through the looks in my head first, because they have dropped the reunion looks, and I mean, I'm not none too pleased with any of the looks, so I can go, I can just kind of go over them without even looking. I'm just, the memory is kind of decent, okay, for me to be 51. Now, short term, in the middle of a sentence, not so much. But anyway, come on in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed caring. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to start with what I remember first, what's most memorable. I'm going to start with Shamea's dress. Now, for some reason, the dress is gold, right? And it looks like a little mermaid thing with a lot of mermaid shells on it. But if you look at it closely, it looks hard, right? But if you look at it real closely, it's kind of like material. And I guess maybe like underneath it may be soft. It looks like it's hard walking in though. So for my first dress, I do 5 out of 10 stars. For my first dress with Shamea, I'm going to give her a 3. Her overall look is fantastic. She's, well, hell, Shamea is top-notch beauty, okay? Jet beauty of the week. But I just don't really care for her dress style. Okay, let's get to Drew. Drew's dress. I love, do you hear me? Love Drew's dress. She's not going to be my best dress, though, because I'm going to give her 4 out of 5 stars. I'm giving her 4 out of 5 because I love the dress. I hate her hair. What the fuck is that on her head? The crimps over here, smooth over there. It's not a completed thing. I don't know what her hairdresser was going for there. I don't know if there's go naked or what. I don't like blonde on Drew. I don't like that little hair she had in the confessional where she looked like Eddie Monster. But this particular dress I love, but that hair, it looks like a bunch of hay just sitting up on top of her head. I hate the hair. Let's get to Cynthia. Ooh. Let's get to Cynthia. Now, you got to be a girly of a certain age to love this look, right? She wanted to do the New York skyline, and then you have to understand the era of the supermodel. See, I think a lot of these content creators that's a lot younger than I am, that hated her look, don't understand the appeal of the supermodel. That is a supermodel's dress, jumpsuit. I'm sorry, because it's just a slim black jumpsuit, black boots. I hate the pointed toe, but the cape. The cape, bitch. I'll calm down. The cape is awesome. I think Cynthia is a 10 out of 10. But I can't give her all 5 stars because that point on that boot messed up everything for me. She would have had a perfect score. So I'm going to give her a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Now, let's get to K. Michelle. K. Michelle and the Jessica Rabbit. Yes, ma'am. Red hair. Red on that hunter green or that dark forest green or Mississippi pine green or whatever you want to call it. Because I'm looking at pine trees right now. I'm in the studio. Yes. I mean, K. Michelle looks gorgeous. I tell you, the only thing I don't like about K. Michelle is that there's something about that hair in the top. It looks flat. I don't know if K. Michelle has so much work done on her face that her head is just, it looks flat all the time. And it makes her head look swole on that skinny neck. So, But the dress, the hair, the overall look, still 4.5. So her right now, her and Cynthia are at a tie. Angela. Let's get to Angela. Angela has that gold melted on look, which is similar to what Latrice had on her dress. But I got some bad things to say about Latrice's dress when I get over there to bill collector. But at the same time, I like that dress. I like Angela's dress. She looks beautiful as Angela does. I don't like the hair. Again, these girls are messing up with the hair. As much as Angela wears the hair from the head, and a lot of her confessionals, they'll just wear just like a simple updo. She decided to go for the streamline black, too dark. The hair's too dark for her. It looks heavy as fuck. So the hair for me messed up this whole look. But the dress itself, I like the dress. I just like it. I don't love it. I just like it. I don't like the little tendrils on the tit. Okay? So I'm going to give that dress a 3.5 stars. And let's get to Phaedra. Okay, now Phaedra's dress. Now, when I tell you Phaedra looks good as fuck in this dress. And that dark green, that like I said, that Mississippi pine green, yes ma'am. Everything else about it, I hate. She looks like Morticia Adams. I hate the dress. I hate the hair. 2.5 stars out of 5. I hate it. Oh, Phaedra. She will never be akin to me as a Scorpio. I would never call her a Scorpio sister. Ever. She lied too damn much. I don't know where. Maybe the lawyer in her, because Scorpios are normally very honest, but not this hoe. This hoe lie all the time. Okay? And Kelly, I ain't got nothing to say about Kelly. I like Kelly on the show. I hate her hair. I hate the dress. I hate everything about Kelly's look. And she's setting the standards for what exactly? She looks like she just dressed in a damn stocking. Hated it. 1.5 out of 5 stars. Hate it. Ooh. It just looks, it really does look like a black, what you call those stockings with the whole fish? It just looked like a black fishnet stocking. Just all over her body. And then, look, her bust line meets her fucking hips. There's no elongation of the waist there at all. And that's why Drew calls her ass Miss Proportion. Now, Drew was boxy too at some point until she got all the work. Okay? But, girl, go over there instead of getting them teeth done and throw a curve in there too. Because, baby, the way your big old heavy chest meets just no stomach, no nothing. Just like my nephew used to draw those pictures. Just boobs and legs and chest, torso. A mess. If I could have given her anything less than a 1.5, I would have gave it to her. I gave her a 1.5 because she looks cute. Now let's get to Pinky. Pink Cone. Hate it. She looks like a curtain. Moving right along. One star. But Pinky looks cute. But 1 star. Like I said. And finally, I think I got everybody. I'm going to get to the queen of the show. Not my queen. Jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Okay? That's about as deep as she goes. I don't like that. I know a lot of people are saying that Porsha is their best dress. Hated it. I don't like anything about the dress. The only thing I like about the dress is the color and how it looks on her. So, rounding off everything, I had said that I was gonna say that K Michelle was gonna be my best dress, but I think I'm gonna give that to Cynthia, all because of the just she took me back to the 90s, baby. And for me, I was a connoisseur. I mean, I have to admit, small town girl living in Mississippi, looking at those supermodels on TV, it was just a time for us in the 90s. Do you hear me? It was a time. And even though I didn't know Cynthia back then, it just harkens back to those looks. I mean, just the look of the Beverly Johnson and all that. So she's my best dress, and my second best dress is gonna be K Michelle. Worst dress is gonna be Pinky. Pinky and Pinky definitely. And who was that other person I said? And Kelly, of course. A mess. Well, excuse the small town that I live in every damn Saturday at 12 o'clock. They turn on sirens and test them. I mean, can't they just give this town a break? Just one time, a break. But anyway, move right along. We're going to combine 2 episodes, the previous episode and then the one before that. Because with the one before that, the episode before the previous episode, they're rounding things off in Scotland. So, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the sirens, darling. I just decided to wait till I got home. So, we're still in Scotland, right? And the girls divide themselves up. Some of the girls go to, the cemetery with Phaedra, darling. And it's Phaedra's birthday. So, we're going to celebrate Phaedra. And the rest of the girls are getting ready and prepared to celebrate how wonderful Phaedra is. So, we get to Phaedra's birthday party after she's doing her gloom and doom and getting so excited about the dead. And they celebrate Phaedra, and they wear all white and we just gonna wrap this thing up, because what it is I just want to talk about Shamea and Porsha. Porsha lays it on thick. She talks about how great of a friend Phaedra is, and then in confessional, Shamea says, "Hey, look, that girl didn't go to your weddings." Child, you remember when she was doing that Nigerian electric slide and all that. So we go on to the next episode, which opens up with, everybody's getting back in the groove of things. Shamea finds out that nobody is really paying attention to her bumped on rum. They go to a little retreat, and the hair arm ladies take care of Charles and Tavares, or whatever his name is, K Michelle's husband. And I don't mind the hair arm ladies. I don't know what came about in America where they told us that the very things that are supposed to protect us were bad. Hair on the cooter and hair under the arms. Now, men can have all the hair they want to around their body balls, but we can't have hair on our arms around our cooters to protect us. Well, I found out throughout science that, aluminum travels through shaved arms. And that's how a lot of women were ending up with breast cancer, because of the aluminum getting into the lymph nodes. And that's fact. So I stopped shaving my arms. Hell, I didn't know. I just thought that, The way they talk about women with hairy arms, I was like, well, okay, I'm supposed to do it. The way they talk about women with hairy cooties, I'm supposed to do it. No, that's just as far as the hairy cooties, I really know nowadays that's a fantasy for men to take you back into childhood. They want you to look prepubescent. Keep your hair on your cooter. Protect the cooter. Protect the cooter from bacteria. Okay? And then protect your arms from aluminum getting into those holes when you shave your arm. Because, yes, you make microscopic, no matter if you see them or not, you make microscopic holes in your arms when you shave. Now, moving right along. Charles, we get the fans, and Charles needs to back her up about the fans. I'm ready for the fans. I want one. I'm menopausal. What's going on? Then Shamea and K. Michelle meet. Now, again, I'm really not seeing what happened between Shamea and K. Michelle. I know she was really put off with the statement that she made about and I know Kay is just really put off by Shamea's statement about, all the people that Dix for Dollars Diane was trying to sleep with. But in the reunion, some kind of way, K. Michelle and Shamea are going to go ahead and have some issues. I'm not understanding. So I'm ready to see what was actually the breakdown in this whole situation with Porsha, because it seemed as if K. Michelle was on Shamea's side, but in the end, it seemed like she was on Porsha's side. So I see that in first chair, her and Porsha are going to go back and forth with each other. And she's going to talk about her body, and then she's going to talk about Porsha's glory hole. I'm ready. I am ready to see it. Did the fuck she just say that Porsha was her person? I'd smack this damn girl in the mouth. That ugly ass blue outfit she had on. I hated that outfit. Now, like I said, you and Porsha could not compare to what me and my best friend had. So I know what it was like to have a best friend. And she passed. And this was not a divorce. You acting like it was a divorce. She passed. So we would still be friends to this day had she not passed. I mean, we still friends in the spirit world. So this girl right here, that was not that. This, I'm clearly able to give you a good example of what a lifelong friendship was, and that right there, shallow, surface, too much jealousy, too much envy, too many little caveats about the mothers not getting along. When in all actuality, our mothers didn't get along either. I didn't get along with her mother. My mother was crazy about her, but it was the fact of the matter that I honestly believe that her mother was. We were so tight. I honestly believe that her mother was jealous of our friendship. Shamea. And then you invited that damn girl to the party. This stupid bum party. Girl. Shamea does things just so damn out of pocket. So okay, Michelle says she's not going to the party. Of course, Porsha decided not to go, but I'm looking at like, what the hell? You know damn well that girl wasn't going to that party. So we move right along, and Porsha and all of her shallowness. Pilar is becoming the center of my world. You see how deep that damn girl is? I told you, a puddle. Because, for the simple fact that this woman is saying that her child is becoming the center of her world. That's why that baby got on her about that old post-out stomach she had going on. You done had all that work done, and you still got a poofer, a foofer, or whatever it's called. Boy, I tell you, if we ever drop this Christian religion, which has rituals in it as well, and went back to our roots, we would be unstoppable. To sit here looking at K. Michelle talking about she Christian, Episcopalian, Methodist, whatever, all foolishness. Religion to me is a cult, because you're sitting there in your little church house, and you're looking like little sheep, and you bad, where every time the pastor say something out of a book of fables, fairy tales, and myths. Porsha goes on a dinner date with Tristan or whatever Kay's husband name, Trabinston, and Mike. And Mike confesses that he loves Porsha. And she's looking like, okay. Shout out to Mama from Friday. Girl, bye. That man don't love you and you don't love that man. This is all an act. And if Kenya ever comes back, I hope that she will be able to go back and regurgitate all of the fantasies that Porsha has brought to the show. So, Drew has the name of Deadbeat Drew. So Drew is now working with Pooch again. Pooch from the game. And they're talking about how good she looks and how good he don't look. Can you imagine if Drew was actually the person who really let herself go? We would not be able to hear the end of it, because women that are in the entertainment business are constantly under scrutiny to stay looking how they looked 75.2 years ago, instead of aging gracefully. And Pooch got a pooch, if you know what I mean. So, nothing to see here. She's just going back to her roots and getting on theater stage with him. And she got to do what she got to do because she's a single worker mother. I don't think Drew is a deadbeat mom. I mean, I've seen real deadbeat moms in my profession. And just a little going to take your children to school late don't indicate deadbeat to me. It indicates sorry, because you don't want to get out the bed, or they don't want to get out the bed, and you let them sleep a little bit longer. But deadbeat, that's a stretch. So now we see what Porsha has done. That deep puddle, trying to gaslight the fucking audience like we know. Okay. The only thing Porsha did was took out the equity of their home, saved that $1 million so she can keep putting payments in on Simon's house, which she cannot afford. I ain't in that girl, off in that girl pocket like that, but I do know that she make a certain amount of money, and then I know that house is like several $1 million, and you got to think about upkeep and all that. But she wants that damn house, and she wants the appearance. So basically at this point, she's keeping up appearances. She goes out and buys Diane a $250,000 house and pays for it outright. Diane is just okay. I mean, she's fine as long as she could eat pizza on a white couch and wings. I'm not mad at her exactly, but to go from the home in Duluth to a downsized home and then try to make it seem like, Porsha is an expert at gaslighting the audience. I have never seen somebody so dumb in my life to be able to have all these little sheep running around. She is an expert. I cannot believe it. I did this and I did that, and I put equity in the home, and then next thing you know, I bought my mama $1 million, $0.77 house in the suburbs, and my mama is so happy because Dixie Dollar Diane is the shit. Her and Pillow, all the little while, us in the audience, that got even the smallest exempt of a fucking clue, know what she did. Now, what she should do is take the equity out of Salmon house and put that money in her pocket, and then what she should have done was kept the house in the loop. Right? Okay. I think I'm right about that. Damn girl gonna end up homeless trying to keep Salmon house. I like all the costumes. I really like the Cynthia's supposed cause she's supposed to be the glue that's holding everybody together. I really got that thing. And then Drew is Cowboy Carter. I don't get it. I don't have an understanding in my mind why are people criticizing Drew for dressing up like Cowboy Carter when that's a costume. Damn. It's just a costume she chose. She didn't say she was gonna be Beyonce. She said that she was acting a role in a costume, which is what everybody done. Is Shamea literally a damn avatar? I mean, boy, I tell you, people who watch these shows and the things that they say and do about them and about these women is fucking foolishness. Don't use any piece of damn logic. As a matter of fact, Drew looks very cute to me in that little outfit. And so they do the butts, and Gerald saves us because, of course, Kelly and Drew are going back and forth over whose butt is. Now, Kelly, you know damn well that wasn't your butt. You don't have one, girl. All you are is a big old head, small ass neck, big old damn titties, a very, 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 very short torso, and just a minimal amount of leg hanging out from under that. So, I mean, that's the reality of things. Then she brings the motorcycle boy hidden behind a face mask or whatever. Is he married? I mean, is he? I mean, I got questions. Because why can't this man show his face on the show? Don't nobody want him. And Phaedra, she contributed to what she normally contributes, nothing. If she's supposed to be the godfather, where's the damn the cotton balls in the mouth? Now that part I wanted to see. She talking like an Italian with the low voice. Bring me my cigars. You know, like that. I mean, damn. Is she on TV? Yeah, I'm telling you, Phaedra's just a fucking big disappointment. I'm not sure. I'm not understanding what the thrill is about her. I didn't miss her. I don't miss Nene. I think I've said that enough times for people to know that's how I feel. Nene lost it for me in third season. When Nene came on and she was the underdog, of course, I was crazy about her. But once I started seeing how she acting, once I started seeing how she was treating the girls, it just was a different thing. Now, a lot of people wonder to me, you know, like, well, your favorite is Kenya. But Kenya never thought that she, outside of the show, she never thought she was too big for the program. Kenya actually was quite humble and very, very contrite. Except for when she did whatever happened with her and Britt Eady. And hell, I wouldn't have been contrite with Britt Eady because hell, Britt Eady threatened her with whips and chains. And I said what I said on that. So the travesty convinces K. Michelle to go. She does show up. I thought it was very professional for her to go ahead and go. And Drew, the man boy, girl / stud, comes up with a horse. Drew. I saw Drew on that damn preview of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion with that clicky thing. The cut. Well, you know when they say cut. Why she got that? Drew, you don't do well with props. You just don't. Fail. Fail, fail, fail. The wig prop. The little boombox prop. The peaches. Peach. Girl, you don't do well with props. And I hope that this is not an epic fail, because you are going up against the juggernaut. And when you, at least that's, what it's perceived to be when they show it. That you going up against K. Michelle with that thing. And I hope you don't look embarrassed like you looked embarrassed on seasons prior, but you just don't do well with props. Kelly and Angela get into it, and then Kelly points out her feet in those kitten heel thigh-high boots. Girl, that was funny to me. However, I will say, in my opinion, Angela looked very nice in them damn kitten heel thigh-high boots. Girl, go on somewhere. You will never, ever, ever convince me to hate Angela and that body, yada. Ever. You ain't ever got to go, you have sometimes, like, when you get into it with people, you have to stay in your lane. And talking about a tall, statuesque, shapely woman versus you and your body, you shouldn't ever say anything about the body. I mean, you got to find something else to talk about. But the body, and don't talk about the finances, because we know where you are with that. Shout out to Angela for saying, new teeth and no place to sleep, baby. Come on with it. I'm ready. And here's the X controversy, y'all. Ashley and her green bearded husband showed up at the damn party, which she can, because she was Shamea's guest. But I will say this, when I analyze that, this is a clout chase right there for me. And vindication, whether Angela lied or not, is irrelevant to the point at this point, because everybody is accusing Shamea of fooling around, fooling around. Because don't you remember the tweet that Porsha just recently put out about the pastor and the baker and the candlestick maker? So, Angela ain't the only one talking about that lady glory hole. Her former so-called bestie is talking about it. Oh, and by the way, George is a creepy old man. Trash. Hated it. Look at her little lying ass. That is somewhat of a vindication for Angela, because the little lying heifer said that she said T, when in actuality she said, do you know her? That is different. So according to Shamea, her little wine, I thought I was hearing online that the launch failed, but at the end she says her rum bomb got launched. So we will see. I like rum. Okay? And maybe that cheap ass Malibu rum, but I love it. I love to mix it with grenadine and pineapple juice, baby, and that's my drink. So if I see some peach rum on the shelves and it's made by Shamea, I will be supporting. I'm a fan. I'm just not a fan of Shamea being, crying over Porsha. Pick up your big girl draws and get them on. But the word on the street, here's the tee-hee-hee, is that Pinky, Shamea, and Kelly did not get pickup contracts. I want to see it. Because the thing about it is, for me, Pinky is a housewife. I mean, she put it all out there. She was raw and bare. Shamea, I would like to see a season where she's not running up and behind Porsha. Where she just said, hey, that chick ain't my friend. Never was, really. And I'm going to keep it pushing just like I did that health I used to hang with at Jackson State. We don't talk. I don't talk to her. She don't talk to me. And I would say this as far as my best friendship with my best friend. Everybody know. Even when I was at Jackson State hanging with her and all the other girls, I never called not one of them, including my roommates, my best friend, because then nobody replaced my girl. Okay? So, because I knew what an actual best friend was, I would tell people that those other girls were my close friends. And if you knew me at Jackson State, you knew that my best friend was in the military. And her name was Big Lynn. Okay. And there's where I'm going to close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. And share the video. Because sharing is caring. As I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces, gone but not forgotten. Cohen Wiley. Because that's the baby in Mississippi. And we're not hearing a whole lot about him anymore because of the Nolan Wells situation. However, I just want to make sure that we keep his name out there as well.